Yo, what's up guys? So this is a very different style of vlog that I'm doing, and it's based on an experience I've had recently. Because I'm at home here with my wife and my 3-month-old baby, and we decided to buy a collection of books that we grew up on as children. So we ended up buying about 10 different books and a couple of collections, including the Mr. Men book collection. So there's 48 books in this collection, and I was so excited. It arrived in the Amazon package, I unboxed it, and to be honest, it brought back memories of the past. I remembered books like Mr. Bump and Mr. Messy, Mr. Happy, and definitely Mr. Tickle. I didn't actually remember the stories too well, but I remembered the characters and knew that there was definitely a good story behind it. So I started reading a few of the books to my son, and before I knew it, I stumbled across 2 books which challenged my values, essentially, and my beliefs and morals, and I started to question whether this book collection actually, within some books, had subliminal messages and racial connotations to it. So I'm not sure if you've watched the news recently, but there was a couple of events where Barack Obama and Michelle Obama and even Meghan Markle were referred to as uppity. And the reason there was an uproar in society about this term is because uppity is a word which was used to describe black people in specific, where they were in society many, many years ago and they were acting above their station, acting better than society perceived them to be, which is where the term, and forgive my language here, but the term uppity Negro came from. So when I saw this book, Mr. Uppity, and the fact that the character is a black character with a big nose, which is a style of drawing and feature used many years ago to actually draw black characters. And then for this character then to be called Mr. Uppity just didn't sit right with me. I read the story, but putting the story aside, whether he is a negative character and whether he doesn't fit into society and doesn't have any friends, I think is secondary to the subliminal messaging behind this particular book. And it made me think, am I being sensitive? Am I being touchy? Am I reading into this deeper than it should be? Is it just a book? Is it just a story? Or is there actually an underlying message in this book that I should keep away from my son? And now I'm toying with the idea of actually throwing out this book and not exposing my son to the subliminal message behind this particular story. So what do you think? Is this actually a bad reflection on the Mr. Men collection and something that is outdated and old-fashioned? One thing that I did read actually when I was researching this is that many of these books were written a long time ago, even up to 50 years ago. I do think times have moved on, and although he might not be able to understand the story right now and comprehend the messages behind it, as he grows up and these books are still in our home and he starts to understand and starts to read them, will this have an impact on how he perceives himself, how he perceives the world, and will that be a negative acceptance on my behalf? Is this something that I should fix now? And that's why I'm creating this video, to get your thoughts. But the other thing that struck me and kind of made me feel like maybe I am right is that I saw then this book, which is Mr. Good. And that is a white character with a straight nose, so definitely a white man. And he is the good person. So we have Mr. Uppity, the negative, down, man with no friends, and then we have Mr. Good, on the other hand, the moral, positive and bright character. Now, we've seen throughout history these subliminal messages being pushed in stories, in media, in cosmetics and fashion industries, and I really do believe that these thoughts and messages and this way of thinking has been faded out throughout time, and it has now become a part of history. So for me to now see these 2 books in this book collection, it makes me think, is this the right collection for me to be exposing my son to? And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to throw the whole collection away because there are some fantastic books in there, but should I be getting rid of these 2 books where it's showing a contrast and difference between white and black people, essentially? So let me know your thoughts in the comments below on what you think I should do, what you think about these 2 books. Am I reading into this? Am I not? It would be great to get your thoughts. But thanks for watching, guys, and if you want to check out the other videos on my channel of meaningful stories from around the world and from my own life experiences, then make sure to subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care, guys.